So would the best place to recycle those, well, to dispose of biodegradable plastics, would that be just to put them in the composting bin at home or at the mall?
No, they won't break down in your oh, you mean the one that gets collected by the city?
Yes.
Sometimes, because again, so many of these answers are, it depends. The city of Calgary did a bunch of research on this actually, because they have a big in-vessel composter that they use to actually compost the material that's collected in their green bins. And so some materials actually do break down in their system, some don't. So it depends. But I mean, how do you as a consumer know if that plastic straw or plastic fork or plastic bag is the right kind of compostable plastic to actually break down? Extremely complicated. It's better not to go down that road. It really is. Everybody thinks that biodegradable plastics are the answer, but they are not, because two things happen. One thing that happens is you cannot tell them apart from regular plastic. So they get mixed into the plastic mix, and then they can contaminate the recycling process. So the proper application for biodegradable plastics is that they need to be used in applications where they immediately end up in a composting system. And there's very few of those. So if there's a danger of them actually just getting mixed in with other plastics, then they disrupt the system and they're not a good thing. So they are not the answer. There are some applications that they could make sense, but only if it's a composting system.
Okay, so in terms of extended producer responsibility, this would just create a headache.
Yes. Well, any recycling system, they create a headache.
Okay. So they need to be used very carefully.
Yes, and that's it.
It's not a marketing gig right now.
Yeah.
Like okay.
Well, this is what's happened. So there were a bunch of stores that decided to start buying compostable plastic bags because they were better than plastic bags. Well, they're not, because if they just end up in, a lot of them just end up in the landfill anyway. There's no advantage to a biodegradable plastic bag in a landfill versus a regular plastic bag. They just cost you more money when you first bought them. So, you know, there's no real advantage to that because materials do not degrade in a landfill. That's not what landfills are designed to do. So biodegradable plastics belong in one place, and that's an actual composting system.
And did he provide any benefit to the soil? Composting the plastic, would that provide the soil any like nutritional benefits?
Oh, any organics do. So yeah, there's any organics that can be properly composted are a great valuable material for farmers, for sure. Compostable plastics, as long as they'll actually properly degrade in the system, and that is not always guaranteed, because a lot of things that are sold as being compostable or biodegradable may not actually break down. Like they certainly wouldn't break down, for example, in your backyard composter, but they might break down in a more high-tech composting system. So again, right material for the right application. That's you have to look at it from a systems point of view.